All right, well, next up, it is finally time for our interview with Jordan the Ninja,
Yes.
our little local celebrity here. Everybody is raving about him and his videos on TikTok talking about the construction here in Omaha. But he's actually been making a lot of content for a while. He has a couple of bands here in Omaha as well. So
Big
we
musician.
sat down and talked more about his life. So it was really nice to hear more about him, more behind the videos, behind the comedy. You know, there's a really cool guy here.
Okay,
so.
let's take a listen.
Well, if you're on TikTok or a music enthusiast here in Omaha, you might know our next guest. I'm here with Jordan the Ninja. Thank you very much for joining me, Jordan.
Of course, Elaina, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Alrighty, so tell me about your TikTok. You make videos about construction. How did that start?
It was an impulse. I thought it would be funny. I was going from one meeting to another meeting. I had a 2-hour gap, and I was like, this is pretty frustrating. I drive the same route. It was blocked off on 10th Street. And I was like, it'd be really funny if somebody made a video about it. And I was like, well, I can just grab my stuff. So I went home and I grabbed my stuff and I filmed it in about 2 hours. Then I went to my other meeting.
You had to strike while the iron's hot. I know, like, no one was really making too many construction videos at that time.
You gotta, zero. As far as I know anyways, nobody was really doing it. Everybody was complaining about it though, and you hear about it all the time. And I feel like that's one of those opportunities where it's like, well, if everybody's talking about it, you gotta do something. So yeah, I did strike while the iron was hot.
Yeah, it took some action, that's for sure.
For sure.
Okay, so you have really blown up. Tell me, how fast did that happen? How quickly?
It was immediate, actually. But I've already had a following. I think the strange part about this particular situation is that this is the first time my following's been so local. You know, but it took off immediately as soon as I put it out. I mean, everybody's got something to complain about construction in Omaha, just about, and it's been going on just about as long as I've been alive. So.
Tell me about this coffee cup. You've had this during our interview. We have a lovely coffee cup here. Tell me about it.
Well, sweet, I will. You guys looking for a great cup of joe? Well, there's no better way to drink a cup of joe unless you if you get to laugh at it. Yes. So, actually, this was a gift to me from one of my fans. They sent it to me like a couple of years ago, before the construction videos were blowing up. I think I was making fashion videos, and somebody sent me a little care package full of different scents and hair products and stuff like that, and they sent me this mug.
What did your content look like before the construction videos?
I was kind of in between content phases, I feel like. A couple of years ago, I was doing fashion, and that was really blowing up. And that's where I got my initial following from Instagram, Facebook, and but my TikTok following happened because I was doing some sketches with my best friend, and so that was initial following, and then it just stays there for a little bit. I have a video that I put out that goes viral, just a little meme video of me making a joke about something. But yeah, it was fashion for a sense. It was actually music before that, and then it was film before that. And then after fashion, it was music again, and then I just did that video, and now I do those videos just because people like them. So
yeah, it works. There's a lot of construction to talk about, I think.
Yeah.
So what has the reception been of people kind of reacting to your videos?
It's been a lot of laughs. Yeah, everybody's pretty frustrated about what's going on, but I'm happy to be able to fill a gap where people can laugh and cry together all at the same time.
True.
It's great.
Alrighty, so you mentioned music a little bit. Tell me, how did you get involved in music, and what does that look like in your life right now?
I actually grew up in music. I grew up in a musical household. We didn't watch TV when I was a kid. Back in my day, we didn't have TV. We had a TV, but we only watched Golden Age Hollywood movies and musicals and stuff like that. So I grew up on that stuff. I was telling somebody last night, I couldn't lose my voice if I tried, because I just grew up on this. I would have to intentionally try to speak differently. But yeah, I grew up watching that sort of stuff, so music and dancing and singing kind of came naturally to me. And then I naturally just went to school for music, dropped out, started doing some theater, and started doing some film, and then I got back into the music scene.
Okay.
So.
Well, you have a couple of bands in Omaha. Tell me about that, what that looks like.
Yes. My most popular band is called Parfait. We've been around for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years next month, actually. And that's the most popular one. We do some original music. We do a lot of like top 40 stuff, a lot of hits, more contemporary stuff like Stevie Wonder, Bill Withers. And then my other band, my second band that I started, that's called Jordy and the Jitterbugs. And that's we only do like traditional swing, like stuff like Basie, Duke Ellington, stuff like that. It's not like, we don't have, it's not a big band, but it's a 7-piece, so.
Right, cool. So who do you think can enjoy your music? All kinds of music lovers, or who specifically are you thinking
Anybody
of?
who likes good music, I think, can enjoy some good music, you know. I mean, I work very hard to provide a special quality or attention to quality that people would enjoy in music. I listen to a lot of records, so that's kind of how I emulate a lot of the stuff I do. You know, if it sounds good to me, I don't really know a lot of technical things about music, but if it sounds like the record to me, I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to sounding good.
Awesome. So where can people find you then? Like what bars, what time of day? Like what is that looking like?
Just about every weekend I'm playing somewhere. I was at Noma last night. That's the jazz place I was telling you about. We're going to be at the Dubliner. Parfait is going to be at the Dubliner on Friday. That's at 9 p.m. in downtown. And then Jordy and the Jitterbugs is playing for Flappers and Fizz at the Durham on Saturday, and that's from 6 to 10.
Yeah,
so that'll be really fun.
Yeah, tell me more about that. The Omaha Jitterbugs, you're partnering with them kind of for
Yeah,
this
actually,
event?
surprisingly enough, I'm also a member of the Omaha Jitterbugs. Wow. So I've been going there for like 12 years now. So I've been swing dancing for a while. And when I started my Jitterbug band, I felt like it was only natural for me to pay tribute, you know, to them, because I learned a lot of swing from them. So that's how I named the band after them. Awesome. But yeah, so we're partnering with them. I'm also partnering with the Durham just to put this thing together and provide the music. So.
Awesome. So you're part of the Jitterbugs. What else have you enjoyed just about the Omaha art scene here in music?
That's a really good question. Thanks for asking. It's growing, and I think it's a lot of work, and that actually excites me, I think, because I think people want to do the work to actually make the scene really great. I think a lot of times people are waiting to be inspired. Thankfully, I am not one of those people that are waiting to be inspired, but I just go looking for myself. So what really excites me about the art scene here is just that we have an opportunity, you know. There's just so much art here. There are so many talented people here that if they just brought it out, you know, the world would really see it. So.
Well, the people are really enjoying you. Tell me, what does your future look like, just in general? What I think the people want to know, maybe.
That's a good question. Have you ever heard of an EGOT?
I don't think so.
Okay,
you can explain that maybe to us.
EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Wow. That's what I'm looking at in my future. So I'm a very creative person. I've been doing this stuff my whole life. I've also been working full-time as an artist for about 3 years now, and my dream is to be one of the best at what I do. I'm going to be the best Jordan the Ninja that you might have ever seen.
Good to hear, Jordan.
So my dream is just to perform high on all of the levels of what I do. I'm also a writer and a screenwriter and a film director as well. And then there's music and then acting and stuff. So I want to explore all those things because that's where my heart wants to go.
Wow, you really do everything. People can enjoy, I think, a lot from you.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so remind us one more time, where are you going to be this weekend? Where can people find you?
Well, on Friday, Parfait is going to be at the Dubliner downtown, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Woo!
And Saturday as well?
And Saturday, Jordy and the Jitterbugs, the swing band, is going to be at the Durham Museum for Flappers and Fizz.
Okay.
Hottest 20s event of the year.
There we go. Do you have any last message for the Omaha community? Just thanks for the support, or what do you have for them?
Thank you for the support, of course. Live your dreams. We're all going to die. So make sure you prioritize yourself and what you want to do with your dreams.
So true. Thank you, Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining me, and you'll catch him this weekend. You can find more on our website, First Alert 6. Thank you.
So cool.
I had so much fun with him. If you couldn't tell from that interview, we were having the time of our lives.
I mean, he is such an eccentric person, and he is so confident in himself and so comfortable in himself. It's always cool to see people who are just, really sure of themselves and, proud to be who they are.
Yeah, and of course he's known for his fun construction videos, but we just wanted to talk more about like his life and his him in the music scene here. He's very, very involved with that. Like, and it was really funny too with this sinkhole incident that just happened on Tuesday. He was maybe almost beat us to the scene. Like we
were there first. We were there first, but he was there.
Yes,
yeah,
he was there really
there,
quick to make a video,
Yes.
and that's he said that got more views than his first video that blew up.
His
for
most
him.
viral video yet with the sinkhole that just happened. So interesting to see how people are engaging with that content and kind of get a inside look at how his brain works, how his interests and everything. So that's always cool.
Of course, the construction here will continue, so I think he'll be making more content.
He's gonna have a lot of content for sure.